Hello everybody, I am here with the beautiful Amy. Hello Amy.
Hi, beautiful Karen.
Yeah, I've nabbed you again. I've got you to help me with the video. I mean, obviously,
Yes.
Amy is blind on this one. I've sent her a few photographs to show her the kind of things I'm looking at or will be looking at in this video. But Amy's just there for moral support and helping, aren't you, Amy?
That's right, Karen.
Well, I said to you, I haven't actually sent you pictures of these ones, Amy, but when we start, there's a bunch of shops, and not one of the shops is in English. I mean, is that Jewish? Or Middle Eastern? And oh, this bit really gets me. I have to stop this. Look at that. This is a little bit of, because it's lots of little clips put together, this video. But look, when you watch these people walk, got boxes around them because they're not real. Let's put it on. Look at it all. You can't even work them out. Everything that's blurry has been added. That's what I see. But in the shops, not one of them was American. You know, they all had foreign names. I thought this is like the 1920s. It could possibly be the 1930s. But how does one shop is American? They've all got foreign names on them.
Yeah, well, that's really interesting.
Foreign. I'm not just talking. I don't mean Mrs. Abdul. I don't mean like that. I mean you can't understand the words because they're all in different languages. And even this one, let's stop this one a minute. It's got like, let's go back. It's got like Arab writing on the sign. Oh, where right there. And then it goes hall for weddings and confirmation, moderate charges. And then the bottom bit is in a foreign language. And then it says, whatever that is, marriage, performer. Anyway, it's got telephone numbers here. But in there is English and this sort of Middle Eastern writing.
Oh, I wonder if it's a part of New York that was settled with Middle Eastern immigrants or something, or I don't know.
It's not just that. That one's called Jerry and Frank Meat Market. That one actually is Jerry and Frank. That is actually American. This one says macaroni, pure semolina products. That one says that, but that's called Russo. That was a patisserie, I think. And this one's the Grande Deposition or something or other. So that's French. Then this one is full of that writing again. You know, this sort of Middle Eastern looking writing.
Yeah.
And then the market with all the poor people. And so this boy really got me. Oh my God, as he's walking. Because what I see is that he changes so much. You know, and maybe I've seen this before, haven't we, Amy? When we're looking at it. So as he comes here, he has actually got a hat on. But in this picture, you can't really tell. And he's walking with something, and you can't tell what that is either, because you just can't. And then when he starts walking, I don't know, because he's added, see, that's why it's like it is, because he's added to the footage. And he's wearing, like, let's stop it there a minute. Stop there. See, when you see him, it hasn't stopped, hang on. When you see him, is it that one we just had him? With the hat on. There he is. See this? I mean, Amy can't, but he's got a big, like, bowler hat. That's a top hat, isn't it? A bowler hat. It's like he's wearing one of those. If not, it's wider, or maybe it's a cowboy hat. That's what he looks like. He looks like he's got a suit of some kind on. And there's a shoe. There's a foot there. Look, there's a foot. And I mean, I don't know what that is there, but it's like a human there as well. But it's like he's got a woman under his arm. Something like that. But he's wearing I don't know if people can see it, but he's wearing like a hat. He's got, I don't know, he just looks older. And then when you put the video on, he walks a little bit further forward and he hasn't got a hat on. He's been superimposed in. That's why I've rerun this little bit over and over a little bit to show people. I mean, there you don't even know what he's holding, but he's actually holding some photographs, paintings.
Oh, wow.
I just find it bizarre. It's not the best quality to do it, but, once you see it, when you get into it, that's all you see is the problems, even if it's hard to explain. I mean, then he's supposed to go past, this thing there and he sort of merges with it. He's got stripy socks, and actually it's a boy when we get to here. And, here, it looks like a soldier. See that? Let's go and play that bit again. Let's see if we can stop it. Right. There, look. He's got a face on. Looks like he's got glasses and a beard. Looks like a soldier, and he's got boots on here or whatever. You can't tell what that is, but you see he's super. That is all on. I just want to vomit.
Yes.
Anyway, let's put it on because in it all, he's changing all the time, Amy.
Oh, yes, we have seen that before.
Yeah, nothing new for us, but he is superimposed in. Can you see it? Can you see he's superimposed in? And anyway, we're going to get into this bloke, these people walking across here now, because, see, they're superimposed in as well, because half their head's missing. You know, it's white. Their head's white when it's not. See, they're in the wrong perspective. They're only a few feet away from him. Look at the size of them. Because they're superimposed in. And everything is 2D. So that's why it looks even worse, I think, because everything's on 2D. With 2D. Yeah. It's not we're 3D into 2D. It's different. Right.
Yes.
Anyway, they're going through this market, and we're just looking at a couple of pictures of men who are not real. They're definitely not real.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, definitely not real. Anyway, they're going across the screen, and as they go, they've got like a double with them. It's them, but everywhere they go, this double comes with them. And I noticed this guy here, he's got two faces. Let's see if we can see it here. As he walks forward, might have to go on. Or did I finish with them? Well, anyway, hopefully people can see it. He's got like, they have like, there's always like two of them. And there's the little boy with whoever he is, man, whatever. But he looks more like a boy, like a young lad.
Uh-huh.
Over here, but then he looks like an old man with a hat on over there. And then they splice the video together with something else. So...
Oh my.
Yeah, I think there he's holding some pictures. But we're getting to the next bit now. That lady, remember, with the socks on her arms.
Oh, yes.
We've got her to come. Anyway, there's more shops with foreign names. And there's those men. See, you can see through them. More foreign names.
Yeah.
With the poor people in the market down below. And there's the people walking past with their double echoes. There's two of them walking. I think this is the video with the man with the banana on. Do you remember him packing the banana? I'm just going to shove it in there, screw it all up and throw it at you. I'm not even going to talk to you either.
I remember that.
Yeah. I don't think I just think the whole thing is made for us, all of it. Yeah, that's the picture I sent Amy with the white thing in the car, Amy. Remember, let's go back and... I mean, what's that? Yeah. To stop you seeing through the car what's really going on?
Yeah, it's very strange looking.
It is, isn't it? It's coming in. We'll see it in just a moment. Where is it? There's the cars. Everything's superimposed in. None of it's real. It's very sad, but none of it's real. So we've just played this bit. We're just going to go for the... paper in the car to stop you seeing through it. It's coming now. This is it. There you go. Oh, it might not be paper, Amy. It's a shadow.
Oh, okay.
But it's not. It's been put there on purpose so you can't see through.
Yeah.
They had to make us look like we had a great past, I suppose. They're all meta people. All of them, just like Facebook now. I did one on Made in Chelsea yesterday, Amy. When you looked at it, the men, they're not men, they're cartoons, but it's meta ones. They're meta people.
I saw that, yes.
All of them. This is what they're doing here. They're all meta people. There's another one there. None of them. Garcia and Pina. That sounds more Italian. Oh, this one gets me. That woman. We're going to take a little bit more of a look at her. There she goes, and she never makes it to the bin. She turns round and as they get to the bin, which is just in front of you, smaller and smaller and smaller. It's ridiculous. Because they've been made. It's been made like that. So, when they made Wallace and Gromit, do you remember them, Amy?
Yes.
They said how amazing it was. But that's how they've been making our videos for years. Right, here she comes. Right, I'm going to stop now. Amy, what's the picture I sent you? So you can tell them.
Oh, so there's a lady, and she's a colored lady, but it looks like she has a dark sock on her arm,
On her
and you
both
can
her
see
arms.
on both the arms, and you can see she's a colored lady. So why do they have to put
I
put
don't
socks
know.
on
So
her arm?
you can see her hands are dark.
Yes,
Unless she's a white lady and they've covered her up with dark as a dark. But then, if you look, there is one white person here in New York.
right.
In this bit here, there's no one person, no white person. Let's put the video on.
Yes.
Um, yeah. Anyway, here we go. We're moving on now. She's going to start. Well, she'll start walking in a moment, but she takes forever to get to that bin, which looks like it's right next to you. And then she gets smaller, and as she gets smaller, she walks past. That's just bizarre. But look at her arms.
Yeah.
And there she looks like she's holding something else, which this is the kind of thing we saw in the Watts case, wasn't it, Amy? When I zoomed in on him, I said, he's holding a computer or something, which he doesn't bring with him, but he's got it. It's all bizarre.
Right. Yeah.
We just can't make it out. Well, there's something on her dress flapping around, but look at her arm. She's got like socks on. Why? To her wrists that people aren't noticing at full speed.
Right.
Her hands look quite dark.
Yeah.
She looks like a black woman when she's walking rather than a white woman.
Yeah. I'm sure she is, because it looks like all colored people. So maybe
So why would they put socks on her arms?
Yeah, that I don't get. Why they would do that. Unless, like you said, she wasn't really colored and they wanted to make her appear that way.
That's the only thing I can think. When you see her head, you don't feel there's a... Well, unless they've already just got her head into her... Well, she's got a really strange head, but I've only filmed this bit again. But she takes, like, about 25 steps to get to this bin, which is right in front of us. And she doesn't get there, but we always see that, don't we, Amy? They scoot across... Yeah. If you take their legs off, but watch them, they scoot, 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 scoot. They don't walk.
Yes.
See, she's still quite big here, but in a minute, when she gets to go past the bin, she's going to have lost like nearly half her height, just to make her smaller to get round the bin. Are we going to show it? I think we show it after this bit. Let's have a look. Are we moving? Still quite slow. I've still got her. I slowed that down even more, so she's still going, she's still walking. Oh, a man joins her, and he gets smaller before her. I think I filmed that bit, because, oh, it's all just bananas. It's because it's made. None of it's real.
You're right.
Look at that. The black man is next to the lady, is going to get smaller in a minute. Here he goes. He's starting to get smaller now. I just think it's so funny. Here he goes, he's starting to get smaller now because he's gone past her, and she's going to go, oh no, I need to turn right here before the bin. But what happened? They were walking together, and now he's getting smaller because he's just walked past her. It's ridiculous.
Yes.
So you can see it's a black lady.
Yeah.
So where's all the white people?
Yeah, it must be a neighborhood where mostly colored people
And
live.
I thought this guy was a bit strange. He looks modern. He looks like he's got a pair of glasses on and could be a rapper.
Oh.
This one here, when he walks across, I forget what we call it. He's, I don't know, maybe they look like that in the 1930s. He's got a suit on, but he's got a t-shirt under the jacket rather than a shirt.
Uh-huh.
But he looks like, hang on, we'll have to look. Here you go. We'll just do the video, and we'll come back to that bit in the end, Amy, because I have to think about who he is. Anyway, there. So she's gone now, and there you go. Oh, she's smaller than him now. Oh, I can't work it out. All I know is it's not real. None of this is real. I mean, look at that horse. Just look at it. He's superimposed in. The horse is superimposed in.
Oh my goodness.
Can you imagine it? They're all dead now. What we want you to do is we want you to make 5 million films pretending the past was real and stick everybody in. So that's what you're actually looking at. It's all wobbling and blurry as it goes past because that has been added to the footage. And we always thought that these were things that they were doing now. But it's not. They were doing it, they've been doing it to us for a long time.
Yes. It's crazy.
It is. And none of that is real. And the bin is superimposed in. The horse and the horse and the carriage is being put in. None of them are real. And look, the thing on the top is affecting the footage below. And here we go, more footage. Look at these people. The quality is just so bad, Amy.
Oh, yeah.
The last bit I picked from this video was that they're just showing you children. Again, the population is dark skinned, not white.
Mm-hmm.
She's superimposed in. Do you see it? Look at that. Let's play that again. That is just so superimposed. Obviously everybody can see that. We'll just go back to this bit. We just want to show it again. Here, this. She is superimposed in, this woman. See up here? Look at it. Superimposed. Oh. Yeah, and then they're having some kind of fire or something. Now they look white, but everybody around them is dark skinned. Except the fireman. Oh, and there's cladding all over the walls, because obviously they've been in and they've cladded everything up to lie to us. Oh, we built that. We put the cladding on. We built it.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's my shock, is when you look at the footage, and I told you there's always this great big number of coloured people, not white people. But, you know, you either see it or you don't. And I just think it's really strange. We're not looking at any white people here. We're really looking at dark-skinned people. So if there's all this racism, these people look fine to me. It's not like there's any problem. They're all shopping. They're out in the streets. There's cars going. Everything looks good.
Yes, that's
Why
right.
did they? It's rubbish. I told you what I thought that was. Immigration. And then because many different people were coming into America, they used it as racism, but it wasn't. So someone just went past the screen. They weren't real. They've added this bus in. That's not real. We've done buses. See, it's not real. It's different perspective. Let's do that again. It's a different perspective than the scenery. And it's going judder, judder, judder across the screen. Look at it. There you go. That is a different perspective to the video. That's been added. All added. Yeah, anyway, we're going to get to this little ice cream person. She's going to make an ice cream, and that's the end of the video, Amy. There's just a couple of more minutes to go.
Okay.
So this girl comes in and she wants to buy an ice cream. She buys ice cream and she looks at her change, and I was thinking, God, how much change would that have been? 5 cents or something?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it says Harlem Seafood up there. What's that, Italian?
So Harlem, I believe, is a part of New York with a lot of the colored people. So, and then over the years, they said it got to be a kind of rugged neighborhood. So, not back in the 20s or 30s.
Well, they look just as civilized as everybody else would have been. The same. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, they look really well dressed, and
those people that just walk. These are all superimposed. Look at her. You could actually, let's go back. You could actually see. Everyone's going to capture that bit as she walks in. Wait a minute, Amy. Sorry. You see the blinds of the windows. You know, they're from the shops through her head.
Oh wow!
We just saw that when she came into frame. So they're not real. They've been superimposed on the top.
Yes.
There she is. Oh, got it just right. There you go. So this woman who's walking across, you know, the things that hang down for, I don't know, what are they called? You know, you can sit under them.
Oh.
What do you call them? They hang down from the windows.
Awning. Like an awning?
That's it. So the awning is in her eye. There it is. You see it's going through her face because she is added to the footage. She is not real. She's a meta person. And from now on, that's what I'm going to call them. These are all meta people. They probably have never existed.
Yes.
You can see that through her head. There you go. So it doesn't matter if you don't believe me on any of the video or me and Amy. Do you see that? You know it's fake. Fake.
That's right.
I just randomly pick videos, Amy, and it's always the same. Always. Every single video, I find the mistakes.
Yes, you do. I mean, every piece of footage that you look at, you can see it.
I mean, Tartaria for me, so we're getting to that. That's that person that walked across is not real. I mean, I believe in Tartaria and all that, but I don't know what to make of it now because all the videos are fake.
I know.
I don't even know what she's giving her. She's giving her something because she puts things on top of those. I don't know what that is. She puts things on top of them. It looks like she's got an ice cream. She's just a little vendor with a little stall thing on wheels with about 20 ice creams in it. She's giving us some change. Cool, that's when you could probably buy an ice cream for 25 cents.
No, yes.
Yeah, a dollar meant something. It used to be the same in England. Anyway, that's the end of this video that we've watched. That is the very end of just that girl walking, because I think she's superimposed in as well. And I don't know what to make about this bit. This bit's just finishing on this bit, and that could have been real. But you can see what's on the posts in the street. These things here, look, they look a bit different. But this whole video is not real. 1 second, we're going to find out that singer. Hang on. There he is, and it looks like he's got glasses on, and they look quite modern, don't they, Amy? It doesn't look like a 1920s, 30s person there.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't think what his name is now, to be honest. I just can't think what it is.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
He walks across here. Come on then, walk. Here he comes. Oh, look, his face is disappearing. Oh, it's back now. And it looks like he's got glasses on. Oh, I don't know what you make of that. His face has gone really weird.
Yeah.
Oh, he looks bigger now. His body got... That's just so weird. Joke, isn't it?
Oh, it is.
Hey, joke. It's all a joke.
Yeah.
Let's put him down there. It's all a joke. Just a joke. I can't remember what his name is. It's not weird. But anyway, he just looks like a more modern person with sunglasses on. He looks out of place almost. But his clothes, yeah, that's what we see. We can see this man here with glasses on.
Yes.
Anyway, Amy, thank you so much for helping me again.
You're welcome, Karen.
But even the bits I showed you in photographs, so bizarre, isn't it?
Oh, I know. It really is. I'm glad that you have this talent to slow it down and show it to people.
There's something going on there. I don't know what that is, but yeah, it takes hours, Amy.
I know it does, and lots of patience.
Yeah, because I know it's going to be in there.
Yes.
And just a bit like everything's superimposed in. It's the felt set. I already told everybody.
Yes.
It's a felt set. None of this is real. None of these people are alive. None of them. They're all fake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, meta people.
I think that's the best way of explaining it. They're all meta people. All of them.
Yes.
And they've been doing this to us for years. I mean, even up here, you've got this lady here who's just walking down, and whatever that is, actually looks like it's in front of her, and she's going to bang her head into it in a minute. But anyway, thanks for helping me, Amy. Thank you so much for that.
Karen, thank you.
Anyway, lots of love and thanks, Amy.
Y'all, you too, Karen.
Where all I see is everything is added. But first of all, this video was on, I think it was on Sun and Moon, or sent to me. And I just obviously like what it says. As we know, it's not 92 million miles away. Pathetic, isn't it, really? But anyway, so this video is out, and I do actually wonder, because they talk about sunspots here, whether those are those little ships that are flying around the sun. Maybe that's what it is. Anyway, we'll just let the video play, because obviously they're saying every picture that we've been shown of what the sun is all a lie. A lie. It's all a lie. Well, we know that, don't we? I wish they'd rack off now so that we could know the truth and just get on with our lives that way. But they're not going. They have to fake the news more and more and more. And we don't believe you. Anyway, we're on to this video. And what it is they're just running up the street. See, there are tracks in the ground. They were already electric, which we're going to see at the end of this video. But we've got this guy cycling on this bicycle, and well, does anybody look right? I've just stopped the footage. It shouldn't look like this. It should be playing properly. So I've just stopped the footage. But anyway, there he is on his bike, and that dog isn't right either, which we'll look at in a minute. See, the dog is superimposed in as well. And as he's riding, his face changes and things happen. But see, look at that. And that's at the end of the footage, so I can't... it's right at the bottom, so that's where I saw it. But look at that. Manipulation or what? Always manipulation in the footage. That's what I see. It's totally sad that they had to do this to us, to lie and pretend that there was millions of people here. In fact, it looks like in the videos there was more people here then than there is now, that you can tell. But it's not true. I mean, Sven thinks that we came in the Victorian times. I thought Henry VIII, to be honest, this realm. You know, obviously something's happened here before and there was people. And then it all changed. But Sven thinks it's the Victorians. Yeah, anyway, I think we're going on to another bit of footage now, because I didn't see that that was right. Yeah, so this boy with the weird dog, I don't even know what that looks like, to be honest. He's going to walk over the tracks. I think, actually, as he walks over the tracks, you see the tracks, there you go, look. You can see the track through the dog. So the dog is superimposed. Everything's superimposed, but it's good to show you where I can see that it is. So obviously the dog is put in. Yeah, thank God they're not that good. Thank God, so that we can see it. But it is very sad, because we all home in on these videos. We love these videos. And it was with James. I suddenly was looking at them and I said, James, things aren't right on the video. This is about 3 or 4 years ago when James and I, Enville, were having a James Brockhurst. Yeah, we were having a hangout. Anyway, so that thing with the dog's not right. The tracks don't look right because they kind of disappeared on the road. We're not supposed to notice these things. I mean, if you go to all this effort to put everything in, how could it they did not finish anything off and it all looks bananas? Do you see the difference between this person here who's in black and white and this one? But look at his face. It was his face. I mean, when the video's playing, he looks superimposed to me. And then he's running up here, but of course they always run and it takes forever, but they never really get anywhere. So he's running, but they're not going anywhere. They're going, the bike's going faster. Yeah, just running the video backwards and forwards, because sometimes you see things when you play it backwards. The mistakes come out much more when you play it backwards. Anyway, we've got this boy. And in a minute you're going to see it, because I thought, oh yeah, his arm comes out. But it's not his arm. It's like he's got a gun or something. You look, see in a moment. So that happens. Then the boxes round him. Look at them, all the boxes. And then, like a gun comes out. What's that? Like suddenly, you watch, he's going to stick up a gun. There, that's a gun. Or something. There. It's not his arm. It comes up here. Here. That's his hand. Well, it's supposed to be. And then he sticks up something. There. Do you see it? I suppose it's supposed to be his arm. That all looks bananas, doesn't it? But you're not seeing it at full speed. You don't notice that that's what you're looking at. I mean, what is it? And he's running, but he doesn't really go anywhere. Do you see that? He's not getting anywhere. I mean, when he's there like this, when he turns round and the crosses appear on him, he kind of looks more like a soldier. I often say that. It's like I see soldiers under a lot of the footage somehow. There, look. See, it's like he's holding... It's probably just his arm and whatever, but it just looks really bizarre. Can't really make it out, can you? So, he's going to keep running, but he doesn't really run anywhere. And then these people walking in front, we're going to have a look at those in a minute because they are bizarre as well. Yeah, I just wish that it wasn't like this and that it was all real. Why have they so manipulated the footages that we're watching? Why? Why is everything a lie? I mean, you can't even tell that this is a dog here now, can you? I mean, what is it? And the track's not in the ground up here because it's all fake. I can't find there's no other word. And there's the track through the dog. Or whatever it is. Well, I think it's low, extremely low to do this. Everybody watching these hour upon hour, because people like the old footage. It's the only link to the past we've got, and they're not real. Anyway, and then this guy, I don't know, we're going back to this guy now, I think. Yeah, because there's filming above them as well. Have you noticed that? It's all above them. They're at an angle above. They're not at the same level as them. They're all above them. And just look at these people. Well, we're going to come back to the guy in a minute, but look at these people walking across. There's two of them. Two of them. This wouldn't happen. This is them doing their CGI. I think you see the tracks through him as well. Oh yes, let's just hope that we get that there. It's a woman. There, look. These look like two women. They're not the same person. So how can they get those two women to be... I don't get it. Anyway, I've just put it back a little bit so we can see that again. Two is a man, and then there's two women or something. They look like women. Yeah, look at that. Two women. Or whatever. They've got different hands. And that is one person. But you can see they're different heights, different faces. Yeah. So anyway, I don't get all that but this is what I find. There you go, you can see the track through his hair. He's fake and superimposed, whatever it is. I think they love the joking. We'll just cover it up. They won't notice it's whatever. We'll just do it. But it's not real. None of it is real. None of it. Unfortunately. Yes. Unfortunately, none of it is real. There goes the funny dog, whatever it is. I suppose when it was up in the cinemas or the stations, because they used to have cinemas in the stations, they used to have cinemas in different places, or you could watch them, the news would come up on a screen somewhere, or they were showing them before you watched your film. See, that's the superimposing they've managed to do, because that is the next man coming through. There he is. And he's not real either, and he's also doubling up. Double. In fact, I think, at times he just looks like a different person that's coming towards you. And see this man here? This man here is superimposed on. Do you see that? Superimposed. Somehow, however they do it. Big line through, whatever that is. I mean, when you slow it down and look at it, none of the buildings look real anyway. He's not real. There's two of him. These people aren't doing it. These people are slightly moving. They're not fuzz doubling up, are they? They haven't got like an outline of them. So yeah. Anyway, now we're on to this. Oh yes, we can see now it's being pushed into the next bit. Yeah, so I don't see any of this being real either. And I took some pictures, which, well, we might be able to see it anyway. I think that's later on. Oh, I can't remember which. I've done a few videos now. When this horse, it sort of flicks its head, and then when I stop the footage, you can't tell what it is. But anyway, I don't think any of this is real either. And, you know, from the video, from Unveiled, he says that they were able to do this in the 1900s. Yeah, none of this is real. Nothing is real. That's the saddest bit. I wish that I watched a bit of footage and I could say, no, that looks all right, but I don't. There's always so many things wrong. It's obviously quite old, 1920s, because they've still got these lights on the carriage here. I just saw one here. And the double horse, the echoing horse. And you see, those people are, I don't know, I just see different things. And look, the edge of the horse's nose is missing there. So, yeah, superimposed in. All superimposed. There's nothing real. See, double horse. But not double people. They're all moving. I mean, they're not moving maybe as fast as the horse, but these people are moving their heads and moving around. Everybody would be blurring. But there we go, two horses. And don't forget they had those cyclolamas. Is that right? The round things? Is that what they are? I can't remember now. The round things, they could, I don't know. Anyway, this bit we're on to the royal family. I thought his hand, the man in front here, that hand doesn't look right. So that's what interested me in this footage. Oops, we've got to go back. Here we go. And they're going to start moving around now. Here we go. So this is some royal family. But I don't think any of this is real either. This man's strange. I don't know what uniforms they've got on. They've got these little things, little flaps which hang down. He's superimposed in. Got her face. And this man here, his face in a minute. Yeah. Right, look at his hands. Square hand. I think every single person has been put in. I think he goes a bit strange in a minute. All superimposed in. "2D. See, this is 2D. They're all 2D. Because they're not real. None of this was real. They're just pictures and CGI of the 1900s, 1920s. Well, I don't see any of it being right. bit closer now. The man behind looks like he's got his eyes closed, this one. I'm just going to stand there with my eyes closed. I've got some good bits coming up in a minute. Yeah, it's that man at the end's a bit weird. He looks quite small, and you see that he's superimposed, and he's lost, at the moment, he's lost the top of his hat. It's back now. Look at his face. Hasn't really got any definition in his face. He's just a picture. Look at his face. Why is it so blurry? Can't see their eyes. Yeah, bit of a disaster, I think. There's that man there on the edge, and he's black and white for a bit, and then he sort of turns into the colour because he's on the edge. They never seem to do the edges. The edges will always be kind of black and white, and then they come in, and then as they come into the picture, they get a bit of colour. But you see that, I mean, I know he might be standing on steps, but I'm sorry, they're all superimposed. He is not in the same perspective as him. I don't see that anyway. Let's move it on, because this one takes quite a long time. Alright, we're in the car now. Look at that. Let's do that bit again. So, yeah. Here we come. And he gets in the car. Look at that. I mean, what's this? Superimposed. They're all superimposed. Do you see that? They're superimposed. He's not right when he gets in the car. There's the cladding on the walls there, which we said the Victorians did. It's already on that building. Well, none of that looks right, does it? Let's move it on a little bit. None of this is right. None of it. Look at none of it. All superimposing. Look at the state of him. Oh, I think we're going to do that police officer. And you can't work out him. I mean, he's got dark eyes. There he looks like he's got a cowboy hat on. You know, a Stetson or whatever it is. Like this person here. We're going to follow. I mean, I think that's him there. But oh, there's one here. Look at it. It's just naff. He's added. That person's added. There's a person here. I think we're going to move on. Yes, here we go. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, is that a black person in there? Has he got, like, no, now he's turning back into a police officer. But just here, he had a different hat on and everything. Yeah. And he's going to come through now, but then he's going to turn back into a policeman. There you go. Why couldn't they have just used a policeman? Why couldn't the policeman walk through? Why do we have to have a man with a different hat on in there as well? Yeah, and then he turns back into the police officer. And you see the line here where... Oh, let's go back to there to show you that bit. As he comes through here, there's a box just here. Look at him. He's got different hat. Now he's a police officer, but he wasn't. And then as that person gets there, there is this line, which just is here. And that's because this person is superimposed. There, see? On top of the footage. This person is superimposed into the footage. Anyway, let's move on to the next bit. Oh, we're still in the car. That horse is walking behind, but look, his head is in him. Do you see that? Let's stop it there. Look at that. The horse is walking behind the car, but now that man and the horse have merged. Ridiculous or what, hey? Yeah. Bizarre or what? He's supposed to be walking behind him, but they've merged together. With the policeman, with the other person. Yeah. Anyway, I find that whole scene rather bizarre, and none of it is real. So here we are, a bit faster. The footage is a bit faster, but we've just seen he's superimposed in. That means he will be. They're all superimposed in, all of them, into the footage, even him. Gotta make them look old, gotta make their suits all rusty. I mean, I did wonder, like when we were looking, it was AWAR or whatever, and he said that, you know, if he takes a colour picture and does certain things in it, it takes the colour out and turns it into a picture like this. So I was wondering whether some of it was colour and then they've turned it black and white and then they've put colour back on it. I mean, it would affect the footage, but I don't see any of the videos being real. Because colour would not do things to the hands and so forth like we're seeing. Oh, look, he hasn't got much on his uniform, has he? Mr. Ploddy. Yeah, it's got a little bit slow here. Let's move it on a little bit, because all of this is... Oh, yes, there. When in the carriage, just for a moment, this man who's supposed to be white or whatever, he looks like a black man. Let's see if I can stop it on the bit I want. Going to turn around in a second. Well, you're going to see his side of his face in a moment. I mean, you wouldn't say that he's white. There you go. Look, that's a black man, isn't it? See, that's a black man. Let's zoom in. He's not white, but he is a white man. This is what I mean. They've changed all the footage. They've taken out a lot of the coloured people, because I think there was more darker skinned people than anything. But look, see, he is not a white man. And they're sick. I don't even think the police officer is either. And then that man will turn white again. But he wasn't. He was a black man in there. Which probably means these are all... Why couldn't they just leave it alone? Yeah, the baddies took over and just have left the truth as the truth. No, they have to lie and manipulate and cover things up. See, he's got a black face there, which you only see because I've slowed the footage down. You wouldn't see it otherwise. I'm looking for these things because I know they do them. I've been doing this since 2018. So that's now 4 years of slowing the footage down this much to look at it. And then these horses are moving around and they're all chuggering all over the place in the footage. Not real, I'm afraid. None of it. Cartoons. CGI cartoons. Meta people. All meta people. All of them. And that's why they can do what they do, because nobody exists. They're just pictures and videos. And they did what they did. You know, I don't see any of that being real either. I think he's on a horse, that man behind him. Look at that. That's the fake horse. The CGI horse. And it's all wobbling and everything. You see that because it's superimposed in. It always looks like that when it's superimposed. And that's what it is. So, you know, what to say. I'm sorry, I just don't see anything good in any of the footage. And yeah, it's a little bit blurry, I'm afraid, but it's always blurry, because that's the way it is. You can kind of see through the horse, because it's not real. So why would they want to make all that up? Why can't we just see the truth? Why couldn't we really just see the king and his family and whatever it is, and they're all getting in his carriage? Why can't we just see the truth? Why is it all a lie? Yeah, anyway, you can kind of see through the horse. I think, yes, we can see. And look at all those, look at all the boxes. Let's stop that for a second. Do you see them? These are all boxes. Just go back a tiny bit. Or on a little bit. Here, these are all boxes. Do you see them? Box, box, box. Oh, what an effort to lie to us. It's just such an effort. Why can't they ever just tell the truth? The truth cannot be denied. But lies are lies. Yeah, and then basically they're going through the street. And I think all the people are probably dark-skinned, to be honest. But anyway, this is one layer, the building. The people probably another layer. And then everybody that's passing through is another layer. They loved adding things and adding layers upon layers. And I mean, look at the perspective. I mean, look at the perspective they're filming in. This one actually, they're a bit lower, aren't they? But I don't know. Let's look at that. This is the pic. Oh, there, look at that. That horse is moving. And as it's moving, yeah. But these people are all moving, but they're not doing what the horse is doing because the horse is a composite added to the footage. Look at this. Look at the lines on it to CGI it in as it's got to go nee or whatever it's doing as it walks past. Looks more like a camel there. But, yeah, that's supposed to be the horse. Look at it. It looks, if you stop there, I sent that picture to Mickey. It kind of looks, well, let's zoom out, it's got a bit big. It kind of looks like a predator. See, there's its uniform and there's its head, sideways, looking that way. But obviously it's got a big head. But look at it. It's like something else has been put over the top. No wonder they're all looking. Oh, my God, an alien's appeared. Anyway, yeah, so that's not real. Yeah, look at that. Terrible. It's supposed to be going, nee. Yeah, right. But then, you know, they could then manipulate the footage to put this in the 1900s. So somebody wrote to me and said, on one of the other videos, they said, yeah, so they didn't, oh, I know, it's the Buster Keaton one. Oh, yes, they said, well, they didn't have that technology then, so how could they have lied to us? Look at that. I mean, what is going on with the horse? Oh, yeah, and then we get that thing. It's actually his shoulder, isn't it? But anyway, it's all bizarre. How do they do it then if they didn't have the technology? They did have the technology. They've always had it. I mean, I'm wondering whether it all came from what we call the Tartarians. Phones, televisions. They've just upgraded them maybe a bit for us. But I think this is obviously how these people used to talk to each other, because they understood that you could get energy from the ground. The whole thing, it was different, and they were using different stuff. Yeah, just look at the state of the horse. Look at his hand. Wow. I don't know if that's supposed to be a glove. Yeah, anyway, yes, my daughter's downstairs. I hope you can't hear her. She's talking away. Anyway, Yeah, so what I'm saying is that all these people are superimposed in, the whole lot, in layers. So this is a layer walking through, and it's just, to be honest, I think it's disgusting. Do you see that the soldiers are a different layer to the public standing there? There they are, the fake soldiers. Yeah, I'm very sorry that that's what I see. I hope that you see the same as me. I mean, maybe some of it's, I mean, look, the flags are flying. Maybe there was just no people. Oh, stick the people in there, stick the people in there, stick the people in there. Pretend we have this day and this celebration of 1901 or whatever it is, and we're all walking through the streets, but it's not real. Maybe that piece of footage is real, but I doubt it. And then at the very end, we've got the electric trams. So children's swing, 12p. It's 0.12, so that's like 12p. See those people there? Oh, let's just go back to that bit. We've got to go back on a bit. Oh, look at her face there. Do you see? Fake. It's always fake. See all these people? 1, 2, 3, 4. They are all superimposed on the top of the background. Do you see it? Do you see that? But they are. They're superimposed in. Yes. Preston. So that's in the UK. That. Oh, I thought, wow, look at that. If that's real. Wow. Now it's in colour. But you see, oh, let's just stop it there. Do you see all these people here are superimposed over the top of that? They are superimposed over the top of that. Do you see it? Anyway, I don't know about this bit, but the other bit they were. I think they're all superimposed in. Everybody is, and they're always looking at the camera. What are they looking at? Are they doing an act or something, but they're filming it at the same time? Oh, I don't think any of the footage is real anyway, so... Yeah, look at that house on stilts there. Yeah, it looks nice, doesn't it, by the water? There you go. Electric trams. Look at that. Electric trams. How could we go to diesel, coal and all that crap when they were electric to start with? I think that tells you something. Because if they were electric, which it really looks like everything was, then they were a lot more advanced than they're telling us that they are. And I think it's pretty disgusting. Come on. Nothing adds up, does it? None of it. Anyway, obviously we're at Preston on the beach. And obviously this video is finishing now. And